Hello, friends. Welcome to Del Soccer. My name is Stelali Frank, and this is News Daily, where I serve you with all the major trending news in the last few hours. In today's edition, we're going to talk about Mohamed Kudus. Brighton and Hove Albion's head coach Roberto De Zerbi has opened up on Kudus' deal, and he has made some few statements on him. We are also going to talk about Thomas Partey, who has reacted to his first We're also going to talk about Thomas Partey, who has reacted to his first ever trophy with Arsenal. We're also going to talk about Ernest Nuama, who is continuing his wonders. I'm going to give you a highlight of his game and some brilliant goals he scored. If it's your first time, please hit on the subscription button and let's build this community together. But without wasting much time, let's get straight into today's video. So let's start off with the Community Shield. The Community Shield, I'm sure you know, is a preseason trophy or a preseason game that is played in the English Premier League. It's played between the winner of the MTN FA Cup and then the winner of the league. But this time around, City won the FA Cup and also ended up winning the league. So it was obvious that Arsenal, who plays second in the league, becomes the opponent. So Arsenal played with Manchester City in a game that Arsenal ended up winning 4-1 on penalties. But Partey was very integral in that particular game. The keenly contested encounter on Sunday, the final outcome had to be decided on penalties as the game ended in a stalemate. Despite the early dominance of Manchester City, the Gunners held on soaking every bit of pressure whilst proving to be efficient with the least opportunity they had. After a goalless first half, Manchester City's manager Pep Guardiola proved his tactical prowess again as his two substitutes, Kevin De Bruyne and Cole Palmer, combined to score the opening goal of the game. Palmer calmly converted De Bruyne's pass in the 77th minute. That looked as if it's a game that looks as if City were just basically going to win because they were dominating, they had a lot of chances, but did not take them. Even when they scored in the 77th minute, they still proved as a better side. Partey survived a head injury late in the game, which was almost like a setback to the Gunners who were seeking the equalizer. Partey was a very brilliant player in that particular game, and unfortunately, after securing an injury in the head, it was going to be a difficult one because at that time they were down. Despite it being late in the game, the Black Stars midfielder managed to continue after being bandaged and eventually helped his team to get the needed equalizer as Trossard climbed up the bench to score from Saka's pass in the injury time. The game traveled to a penalty shootout after a 1-1 scoreline in regular time, which Arsenal capitalized on to win 4-1 on penalties. So Kevin De Bruyne missed his, Rodri as well also missed his penalty. Basically, one of the technically gifted players in that City team missed their penalties, and that's Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri. Unfortunately for Manchester City, but good news for Partey is that Partey endurance for the 90 minutes despite the late injury proves his importance to this team. That means the Arsenal team might not get rid of him. I don't know why Arsenal actually thought they could sell Thomas Partey. It was basically over the place, you know what I mean. But personally, you guys know my take here. When it comes to money involving Saudi, even if you are playing for Manchester City or Barcelona at peak level, go and take the money. So I've always advocated that Partey should go and go and take the money. But you know, in Europe, yeah, like I understand that Thomas himself wants to enjoy the European football a bit before he moves into the Saudi level there, which is alright. But right after the game, yeah, Partey has also reacted to the victory, and then that's good because this happens to be his first major and first ever title as a player for Arsenal, and I think he's had a very on and off season, and for him winning a title for Arsenal in a season that looks as if they were shipping him away, I think he's excited about it. So he tweeted and he posted on Facebook and then Instagram. He said, "Proud of being part of this amazing team. Big thanks to everyone supporting us." That's Thomas Partey's reaction after helping Arsenal to win the Community Shield. His coach said they had to win this and put things behind them so that they can move on to the next stage, which is, yeah, you know what I mean, pretty much good, because as a player, he has to win something. You know, when you're going to a new season, you have to win something. But for Manchester City, they've always, like 3 consecutive times, they've always lost the Community Shield, but has gone ahead to win the English Premier League. Let's talk about another Ghanaian, and that Ghanaian is obviously Ghana's forward Ernest Nyama. The young man is on top form, and I'm so excited for him. The talented Ghanaian youngster Ernest Nyama showed his abilities once more as he led FC Nordsjælland to their 3rd consecutive victory in the Danish Super League. The 19-year-old, who scored a hat-trick in the team's opening match, displayed his talent on Sunday, contributing 2 goals in his team's 3-1 win in their 3rd match. Before his heroics, the away team had taken the lead in the first half through Nikolai Vallis, who stunned Nordsjælland in the 37th minute. However, Ibrahim Usman, another Ghanaian prodigy, inspired the team to level as his pass met Marcus Avexen, who scored to equalize in the 53rd minute. Nyama found the net 22 minutes later with a stunning free kick and went on to set up another as Martin Fresh buried his brilliant cross from the right flank to seal the victory for the Danish Giants, who are aiming to make amends for their setback last season. The goal now puts Nyama joint top of the top scorers chart with 4 goals alongside Portuguese forward Diago, who plays for FC Copenhagen. In 3 appearances, Nyama has already scored 50% of his league goals last season, which signals an improvement of his proficiency. Despite his commitment to the club, a number of European teams have expressed their admiration for the swift, skillful younger. Nyama is playing the best football. You know, I think this season, if you look at the number of goals he has scored so far, and the fact that he has really improved, it's a sign that he has learned a lot last season and is ready to grab the world by his feet. We are all pretty much excited by him, and we are hoping that he goes forward to become whoever we want him to be. Let's wrap up with Brighton and Hove Albion and then the Kudus deal. Yesterday I brought you an update that Kudus, Brighton have agreed, like, you know, they've gone into proper partnership, or they have agreed in principle with Ayaz. So now it's left with Partey's personal terms. And obviously today, Roberto De Zerbi was at press conference and he was asked about Thomas Partey. He's actually said that, Kudus. He was asked about Kudus and the deal. He said, I don't know the situation with Kudus yet. We have a lot of strikers. So if he comes, fine. If he doesn't, they are okay. Obviously, you don't expect the coach to say that, yeah, they are bringing him in and all that. You know, he will definitely deny until the player becomes officially theirs. But I know definitely that he's going to have him. But others are worried that the man is referring to Kudus as a striker, and Ghanaians are saying he's not a striker. But for me, you know, Kudus is a forward. We shouldn't play him in the midfield. He's that Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah kind of players that have goals in them. The best way to get the best out of Thomas Partey is to play him forward. And if De Zerbi says he's a forward, he's a striker. Yes, he's a striker. He's the one signing him, and he knows how he's going to play him. So Kudus, but I'm picking information that he has agreed personal terms with Brighton and he may walk into the team. So that's all for today. We talked about Thomas Partey winning his first trophy, his reactions. We also talked about Ernest Nyama, and then we talked about Brighton and Kudus deal. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But until meet again, my name is Delali Frank. Subscribe and let's build this community together. But until meet again, bye bye for now.